Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schlunt's Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys volleyball contest as part of the 2024 MIAA Division I State Tournament. Today's contest pits the visiting 25th seeded Woburn High School Tenors against the hosting 8th seeded Brookline High Warriors. Well, today is going to be a special one, folks, and there's quite a few reasons. I'll list them out for you now. First off, it's postseason volleyball, so right off the bat, you know it's awesome. Second off, I'm not alone on today's broadcast. I am joined by my third different color commentator this season. You folks might know him from his notes in the live chat across a number of different sports throughout the year. Yuli Burstein, thank you so much for joining me today,
Jesse,
Yuli.
it is a pleasure to be here calling playoff volleyball. There's nothing better than it. It is going to be a great game with a very good record, Woburn, coming into Brookline.
Absolutely. Could not have said it better myself, Yuli. Woburn coming in with a 17-3 record, only as low ranked as they are due to strength of schedule. Brookline finished the season 13-7, but 6 of those 7 losses suffered at the hands of the top 4 teams in the state: Needham, Newton North, Natick, and Milford, with the only non-top 4 loss coming in the regular season finale against Lincoln Sudbury when they were missing a number of players due to injury and illness. So this should be a pretty special one. And we got one more bonus reason that today is pretty special, and you folks might have noticed it on the bottom center of your screen, and that is we got a sponsor today. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Coolidge Corner Clubhouse. Enjoy superior food and a superior sports viewing experience with 26 TVs at Brookline's Superior Sports Pub, located at 307 Harvard Street. You can also check out their menu online at CoolidgeCornerClubhouse.com, and you can see all that information down in the description section down below. So be sure to give some patronage to a great local business, great local restaurant. I've been going there since I was a wee lad, and I know it's a great place to go, for any sports fan who loves good food. So be sure to check them out for that, and also because might encourage some other local businesses to give us some sponsorship on these streams. So, Yuli, I mentioned how Brookline, just going back to the game, I know I got a little excited, pre-game excitement, but one interesting thing is that Brookline, they were missing a number of players the last match they played in against Lincoln Sudbury, like I said. A number of those guys projecting to come back today. Amir Tomer appears to still be hurt, but he is getting reps in practice. But looks like we're going to have the return of Liam Raybold and Connor Christopher and Rowan Miller and Kai Salfakori. That's a lot of key guys to get back.
It is a lot of key guys. There are a couple guys banged up, some on the IR, some will be returning soon enough. But it's good to have your key players back. You need a healthy team. There's no easy game in the playoffs. It's important to have a very strong team so everyone can connect well and know where each other are at the time. And this team's been playing well together all year. We've seen them at their strongest when everyone's playing, and we know what they can do. They've beaten Newton North, who was ranked 2. They took Needham to 5. It was a great game. That's the Brookline we know.
Absolutely. When this team is firing on all cylinders, they can hang with the best of them. It's just a matter of getting them to fire on all cylinders, and getting a lot of key players back should help. Well, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Yuli Burstein. We're going to run our intro video, and then we're going to read through the playoff rosters for these two teams. But for now, from Schlunt's Gym, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you're watching Brookline High Volleyball. as first serve comes in. Taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Spike Christopher, cross court for the kill. Serve from Guerra, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Tapped down by Raybold. Long serve taken by Vaivars, sent over on two by Smagula. Over the back of his head. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vaivars, the spike blocked wide. 29 kills now for Kristaps Vaivars. Taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot, ends it! Amir Tomer with the rainbow to send Brookline over the top. All right, that was our intro video. Now let's take a look at the rosters coming into this game before we get this one started. We'll start with the visitors, the 25th seeded Woburn High Tanners. Going in order of jersey number for Woburn, first off we have a sophomore captain, number 2, Ryan Lee. Next up we have a senior captain, number 3, Matt Rains. We have a sophomore, number 4, Derek Lundgren. A senior, number 6, Brian Radocia. A senior, number 9, Bruno Costa. A junior, number 10, Mateus Silva. A junior, number 11, Marcio Castro. A senior, number 13, Finn Horton. A sophomore, number 15, Joao Vasconcelos. A senior, number 16, Dominic Caffarella. A sophomore, number 17, Matteo Kirjazi. A sophomore, number 18, Trey Scuman. A junior, number 21, Aiden Dillon. A sophomore, number 23, Ethan Vero. And a junior, number 24, Rohan Patel. Head coach of the Woburn High boys volleyball team is Scott Roy. And folks, remember, as always, particularly to any Woburn fans tuning in today, if I am messing up the pronunciation of any of the players' names, I encourage you to correct me either in the live chat or if you're not comfortable with YouTube's live chat system, you can also send me an email. Check out the bottom right corner of your screen for my email. If you would like to correct me on any pronunciations. You know, I know my first guess isn't always going to be right, and I'm not too proud to be corrected. But with that in mind, let's move over to the home team. We see them warming up here in their white jerseys with red jersey numbers and some dark blue trim. It is the 8th seeded Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off, we have a senior, number 0, Rowan Miller. A junior, number 1, Kristaps Vaivars. A senior, captain, number 3, Eli Traub. A junior, number 4, Connor Christopher. A junior, number 5, Alon Ingerman. A senior, number 7, Zachary Boyer. A sophomore, number 10, Zach Spencer. A freshman, number 13, Henry White. A junior, number 15, Andrew Bacon. A sophomore, number 17, Christoph Huang. A freshman, number 18, Luca Galucci. A sophomore, captain, number 19, Alec Smagula. A sophomore, number 21, Amir Tomer. A senior, number 22, Anuj Majumder. A sophomore, number 24, Sebi Levy. A senior, number 43, Odin Hiltz. A sophomore, number 86, Noah Martin. A freshman, number 98, Kais Al-Fakuri. And a sophomore, number 99, Liam Raybold. head coach of the Brookline High boys volleyball team is Dana Jones. And we've got our first note in the live chat today, and this one's directed at you, Yuli. It's from Orlando Galvao, my boy Yuli.
Orlando Galvao is a Brockton commentator for the football and basketball team, so he is a very diehard super fan for them. So it's nice to see people from other schools in the chat.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in, Orlando. We hope you enjoy the match, as we will soon be getting this match underway. The warm-ups coming to a close. We'll have our pregame ceremonies, probably going to have a playing of the national anthem for the playoffs. And then we'll have, you know, our maybe some roster announcements, something like that. There's always a little extra pop and circumstance for the playoffs. As PA announcer taking over. All right, that was our pregame ceremonies. They decided to go for the classic Whitney Houston at Super Bowl 25 national anthem. I'm never going to complain about getting to hear that one again.
Me either. It was a great national anthem. I'm glad they played it.
All right, the pregame handshake. And now the teams getting ready to get this one started here in the round of 32 of the MIAA 2024 Division I Boys Volleyball State Tournament. The winner of this match will face number 9 Lowell High School in the round of 16. If Brookline wins, it will be back here at Schluntz. But if Woburn wins, it will actually be at Lowell because, higher seating. The starting lineups come out onto the floor for Brookline. We see number 98, Kais Alfakuri, number 18, Luca Gallucci, number 1, Kristaps Vaivars, number 99, Liam Raybold, number 4, Connor Christopher, and number 19, Alex Smagula. One of them, I presume, Raybold on the back line, is going to be subbed out for the libero, number 3, Eli Traub. For Woburn, I see number 13, Finn Horton. I see number 3, Matt Rains. I see number 11, Marcio Castro. I see number 2, Ryan Lee. I see number 33, their libero, Aiden Dillon. And number 9, Bruno Costa. Looks like Brookline's going to get the first serve for this opening set. Alex Smagula setting up to get us underway. Warriors versus Tanners here in the round of 32. And here we go. Serve comes in. It's dug out by Lee. Sent over on 2 by Castro for the game's first kill.
Good placement there by Woburn. Found the hole and went for it.
So now going on serve for the Tanners appears to be number 13, Finn Horton. Serve is taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vaivars, a spike cross court. Great placement for Brookline's first kill.
Beautiful hit by Vaivars.
First kill of the day for Vaivars. Of course, he had 29 against Lincoln Sudbury, trying to lead a much more short-handed Brookline squad, and now he goes on serve, and his goes right into the net. Went for that higher toss jumping serve of his, and when it works, it's a great serve, but carries a little bit of risk with it.
Yeah. It's important to get your serves over.
Matteo Kirjazi sends this one over. It's taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Alfakuri taps it over, dug out, set up now, and that one deflected, kept alive by Gallucci, chased down by Alfakuri, punched over by Gallucci. Taken now by Costa, set up by Kirjazi, tapped over by Rains, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vaivars from the back, sails it, gets the deflection.
Great play there by Brookline. Got the deflection and the point.
Second kill of the day for Kristaps Vaivars. Brookline ties it up at 2 apiece. Traub the serve, taken now by Costa, set by Kirjazi. Lee's spike was blocked. Liam Raybold.
He's already being a force at the net, blocking. It's very, very good to have that on early.
Liam Raybold, who missed the Lincoln Sudbury match due to an ankle injury he suffered late in the Framingham match. He's back and making his presence known in the middle already with his first block. This serve from Traub, taken by Lee, set by Kirjazi. The spike from Rains does find the back line for the kill.
Close call right there.
Very close. I almost couldn't tell if they said it was in or if they said a deflection, but I believe they said it hit the back line. So all knotted up at 3, a close first set to start. Rains on serve for the Tanners. His serve taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Christopher flies, but he hits the pole.
Just didn't time it there right. Hope he'll get back up next time.
4-3, Woburn takes the lead off of the error there. Rains the serve, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Raybold out of the middle. Liam Raybold with his first kill.
textbook kill right there for Brookline. Need to get a couple points here off the serve to build some momentum.
And trying to serve for that momentum will be Kais Al-Fakuri. His serve is taken by Rohan Patel, set by Kirjazi Lee, pushes it and takes advantage of the off timing as he gets the kill there. As you could see, Christopher was going up for the block, but ended up hitting his hands while he was going down and just didn't go where he wanted it to.
Brookline will get a feel for how Woburn plays, and they'll really get to understand where they have to block and set their feet.
Brian Radocchia serve into the net. And Brookline gets a freebie there as they go back on serve, tied at 5. Christopher serving it away for the Warriors now. This serve off the fingertips of Lee, followed up by Dylan. Oh, but an illegal double hit called on Lee on that one. So, or did they call the illegal double hit on Dylan? They called it on somebody.
They did call it on Dylan.
Ah. Now this serve taken by Lee, set by Kirjazi, punched over by Horton. High rainbow there, set up by Smagula for Raybold. Raybold, it's taken, could not be followed up as Raybold gets a kill with a little bit of help from the ceiling.
He's starting to get hot. Beautiful kill right there. Brookline builds a 2-point lead.
7-5. Christopher's serve is taken, set by Kirjazi. Costa, the roll shot, followed up by Christopher, taken by Al-Fakuri, bumped over by Traub, taken by Dylan, set Kirjazi. Horton out of the middle, and Finn Horton with his first kill.
He is going to be a big presence at the net for Woburn. Tall, can jump well, has a heavy hit.
Between guys like Horton, Raybold, and Al-Fakuri, it's going to be a battle of considerable size out of the middle for these two squads. As number 15, Andrew Bacon, sees the floor for the first time for Brookline today, replacing Christopher. Lee, the serve taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vivars flies. So hard to stop the power of Kristaps Vivars.
Absolutely monstrous kill by Vivars right there. Defense had no chance at that one.
3 kills now for the Brookline junior captain as they go back up by 2. Raybold on serve. His serve is watched, and it goes just long.
Great call by back row there. Could have been in. 50-50 right there. Great call.
Bruno Costa on serve for Woburn. They trail by 1. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vivars deflected, taken by Rains. Set up by Lee. Rains, the spike blocked back.
Alex Smagula with the massive block right there. That is great to see from your setter.
Alex Smagula, the the setter and sophomore captain with his first block of the day. Brookline back up by 2. Smagula, the serve, taken by Lee. Followed up and punched over by Rains. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Spike off Fakuri out the left side for the kill.
Beautiful placement right there. Recognized where the gap was and hit it right to it.
Kais Al-Fakuri going down the line there. He's mostly been operating as a middle hitter this season, but playing from the right side that time. As that serve taken by Costa, set by Lee. Roll shot, Rains deflected, taken by Smagula, set by Traub, and Vivars couldn't get it over. That
hard set there, coming from the opposite side.
10-8 now, the score. Horton back on serve for the Tanners. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula for Vivars. Spike blocked, but blocked wide. And Vivars gets his 4th kill.
Great spike there by Vivars.
Very
hard to defend that.
Yeah, he got the spin on it, and so the block went flying. Vivars now on serve as Christopher checks back in for Bacon. The serve is, I think we can call that one an ace. I think I can be a little generous and call that one an ace, as that one was very difficult to follow up at the net. This serve is sent over on one, but off the ceiling, and that's illegal. That's going to be another ace for Kristaps Vaivars.
5-point lead for Brookline, getting into timeout territory. Vaivars is on his serve, and when he hits his serve, it's hard to stop.
But when it doesn't go in, you don't have to stop it. That's the high risk, high reward of the power serves of Kristaps Vaivars. Perfectly on display with those last three serves. For Woburn, number 6, Brian Radocia back in. Matteo Kirjazi on serve, and he sends it right into the net. And Brookline goes back up by 5 and goes right back on serve. Traub setting up to take the serve this time. This serve is taken by Rains, followed up Kirjazi, but off the ceiling.
Miscommunication there between the front line going to take the second hit.
And we do have a timeout called, and that's the tricky thing with this ceiling here in Brookline is they've got those cross beams going on, and so sometimes it'll hit like the side of those cross beams, and then all of a sudden the trajectory goes in the opposite direction of where it was going. And how are you supposed to follow that? You know, that goes completely against your instincts as a volleyball player.
It really does. Having a low ceiling gym playing volleyball can be a curse sometimes. It really does a disservice to teams that like to play high.
We got a few notes in the live chat from Marcia Buchanan and Ed rooting for the Warriors, and Alex Magula, Mimi and Grandpa from Florida. From Flamo, a simple go Warriors. And from another Brookline Warriors athlete who I believe his team won their playoff game today too, Craig Adair Haas III saying, come on Brookline. I believe Craig and the rest of the Brookline High Boys lacrosse team won in their preliminary round matchup.
They did win 14-4 to advance to play Lincoln Sudbury.
This serve taken by Rains, set by Kirjazi. Roll shot Rains, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey, spike blocked, recovered by Traub, followed up by Smagula. Roll shot Christopher, taken by Costa. And Kirjazi couldn't send it over on 2.
Just couldn't get it high enough.
And
yes,
how about that recovery by Eli
Great
Traub?
recovery
That's
by
exactly
Eli.
what you want out of your libero. Serve taken by Rains, followed up awkwardly and bumped over by Rains. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Raybold out of the middle, dog out, sent back down by Raybold, and Rains digs it out, followed up by Kirjazi. Lee could not bump it over, and that's 4 hits.
Brookline looks really comfortable right now. They look to be in their zone. They're going to coast and win this set.
17-9. The odds definitely in Brookline's favor to take this first set, as that serve is taken by Costa, set by Kirjazi, and missed. And we're seeing just, this is the thing I notice is when teams start to fall behind, they start getting really anxious and desperate, and it causes them to mess up on the fundamentals.
Woburn needs to settle down and get 3 hits.
They get 3 hits there, and they do get the deflection. Either that or they say it dropped in. Either way, that is second kill of the set for Matt Rains.
Very important to get 3 solid hits, play composed, and not lose control.
And Rains follows up that kill by going on serve now for the Tanners. They trail by 8. This serve taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Christopher taps it over, deflected, taken by Lee. Set by Kirjazi. Costa the spike cross court. Drops on the sideline.
That was a very hard call to see. That could have been 50-50. Great placement there by Woburn.
Bruno Costa with his first kill of the day, 18-11. Rains the serve, taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Raybold fires it into the net.
Little low on the set, but
yeah, and
Smagula's been great all game.
And a little more out in front than Raybold is used to. Definitely not his usual spot for his spikes out of the middle. Rains serve, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Pushed over by Alpha Corey, sent over on 1 by Costa, taken by Smagula off the ceiling. It's followed up by Traub, spike Alpha Corey, and Alpha Corey gets the kill.
Brookline looked like it was out of place, hit the ceiling, and then they found a way to get it over and get the point.
And that is a perfect example of home court advantage. Brookline aware of the ceiling and able to react like that. Al-Fakuri's serve taken by Rain, set by Kirjazi. Roll shot Lee, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. 5Rs from the back, sends it to the back line for his fifth kill.
Monstrous hit there by Vivars. Recognized where he needed to hit and got it cleanly. He's been big all the game.
20-12 as Brookline reaches the 20-point threshold. First for Woburn, number 16, Dominic Caffarella checks in. Al-Fakuri's serve taken by Patel, set by Kirjazi, spike Caffarella, and Caffarella comes off the bench and scores immediately.
Caffarella is definitely a weapon that they need to utilize, and utilize him fast if they want to get back in this thing. He's very consistent.
Well, they're not going to use him on this next point as he checks out so that Radocia can go on serve for the Tanners. This serve taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Raybold blocked, recovered by Al-Fakuri, set by Smagula. Christopher dug out by Rains, but could not be followed up as Connor Christopher gets the kill.
Big hit there. Beautiful play by Brookline. They're really looking comfortable now.
Connor Christopher, who missed a couple of matches last week due to illness, gets his first kill of the day. 21-13 the score. This serve from Christopher is going to go long. 21-14 the score as Andrew Bacon checks in for Brookline, replacing Christopher. Ryan Lee on serve for the Tanners. Lee's serve taken by Vivars, set by Smagula. Vivars could not be blocked. Another kill for Kristaps Vivars.
Woburn just didn't have the power to get a clean block. Big point for Brookline as they're 3 points away from the set.
Boy, it's easier said than done having the power to block a hitter like Kristaps Vivars. Raybold serve taken by Lee, followed up by Rains. Bumped over by Horton, taken by Vivars. Spiked on two by Smagula.
That is one of the parts of Smagula that is very mysterious. You never know when he can just jump and smash it, because we've seen his ability to hit the ball despite being a setter.
First kill of the day for Smagula. Raybold serve off the fingertips, and Raybold's ace puts Brookline at set point.
Brookline is targeting a certain spot in the back row where they know that they won't get a clean hit, and if they keep doing that all game, it's going to be very tough for Woburn to get 3 clean hits off a serve.
A timeout is called by Woburn. They trail by 10 points here in the first set. Unofficial stat counts that I have so far for Brookline: Kristaps Vivars with 6 kills and 2 aces. Liam Raybold with 2 kills, 1 ace and 1 block. Kais Al-Fakuri with 2 kills, Alex Smagula with 1 kill and 1 block, and Connor Christopher with 1 kill. For Woburn, I have Matt Rains with 2 kills, and then 1 kill each from Ryan Lee, Bruno Costa, Marcio Castro, Finn Horton, and Dominic Caffarella. So a spread of scoring for Woburn, but nobody really quite taking over. And we really saw, like you said, Yuli, Brookline got an eye for what Woburn's doing, and then around the middle stage of this, they found that point streak that they needed to take control, and they've remained in control ever since.
Brookline has the ability to read teams. They get familiar with them, and they attack their weaknesses. That's one of the good part of what Dana does as a coach.
Raybold serving for the first set. Drops in shallow, taken, set by Lee. Pushed over, and the push kill for Bruno Costa keeps this set going.
Woburn has gotten a lot of points attacking the sides, the side blockers, who have had trouble with some of their hits.
Costa's serve taken by Traub, set by Smagula, bumped over by, no, could not get it over. Miscommunication between Smagula and Gallucci, as Gallucci was a bit more off to the side.
Very important to have good communication. You cannot win without impactful communication.
Costa's serve sails long, and after all that, that's how the set is going to end, on a service error as Brookline takes the first one 25-16.
Beautiful set there by Brookline.
At this end of the first set, I remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Coolidge Corner Clubhouse. Enjoy superior food and a superior sports viewing experience with 26 TVs at Brookline's Superior Sports Pub, located at 307 Harvard Street. You can also check out their menu online at CoolidgeCornerClubhouse.com, and you can see all that information in the description section down below. Thank you again to Coolidge Corner Clubhouse for sponsoring this stream. And during this break between the first and second set, I'd also like to direct your attention to another helpful link in the description section below. At the top, you'll see the information about our sponsor, Coolidge Corner Clubhouse. Below that, you'll see some information, a link, and some instructions for how you can donate to the Brookline High Boys Volleyball Booster Club if you would like to support this team financially. So be sure to check all that out in the description section down below.
Some other Brookline news today as the rugby team advanced to the Final Four with a 29-22 victory over Braintree. Great win for them. And the lacrosse team, as I mentioned earlier, won 14-4 against Malden. So they will be playing at Lincoln Sudbury on Saturday. If Brookline wins today, great start. They'll be undefeated in the first round playoff matches, as girls tennis won yesterday. Boys tennis was supposed to play today, but the game has been moved to tomorrow because of the rain. Great start here for Brookline. 1-0, classic set. Brookline struggled a little early just to get familiar with how Woburn plays, and they've noticed a great way to attack the weaknesses of Woburn and really find where their strengths are. And they look like a full healthy team right now. It's going very, very good for Brookline. Woburn really needs to settle down. They need to take a deep breath, know where they got points, and really just play their own volleyball. They need to just play where they have bump set and spike. Even if it's not the greatest hit, just getting that familiarity with having a good 3 hits and getting the ball over will help them build momentum. That's very important here.
Those are all good points, Julian. I love the update you gave for Brookline sports sort of around town today.
Should be a big day tomorrow, too, with boys tennis and boys baseball fighting for
That's
a
true.
berth in the round of 32.
And be sure to subscribe 16. To this channel, because we will have that baseball game at Parsons Field at 2 o'clock tomorrow, as Brookline will be taking on the Bengals of D-Man RVT in the preliminary round to see who will go on to face first-seeded BC High in the baseball tournament. See the teams coming out for the second set.
Refs just got to make sure the lineups are in set and we're ready to go.
Yep. Looks like a similar kind of rotation for Brookline, maybe slightly different spots, and it looks like they got Bacon in as a starter along the back line this time as a defensive specialist. Likely Traub going to sub in for either Galucci or Alpha Khoury. Meanwhile, for and rounding out Brookline's lineup, it looks like they got Ray Bolt on the front line to start this time, along with Vivars and Smagula. For Woburn, we see Rains, Castro, and Horton on the front line, Lee, Costa, and Dillon on the back line, and it'll be Costa starting us off with the opening serve here. This serve is taken by Bacon, set by Smagula, spike Vivars. They recovered it, and Rains bumps it up, pushed over by Lee. Taken by Bacon, spiked on 2 by Smagula, dug out by Lee, followed up off the ceiling and punched over by Rains. Taken and tapped by Smagula, tapped over by Rabel, dug out by Rains, set by Lee. Horton the spike, missed wide.
Tough one for Woburn there. They had some great recovery on 2 plays that could have gone downhill, but they recovered great, got the ball over. Unfortunate hit right there. But they've definitely look improved right now.
Galucci subs in for Traub as Raybold goes on serve for Brookline. taken by Lee. Set by Castro, and a quick spike out of the middle by Horton gets Woburn on the board.
I'll tell you what, if they keep getting it to him and they're getting clean spikes, it's going to be a much closer set than it was the first set.
Horton with his second kill of the day. He now goes on serve. Serve taken by Traub, chased down by Smagula. Long spike by Vars for the kill as they just mishandled it.
Just a miscommunication in the back row there with who was going to take that dig. But they do seem to be in a much better position now.
7th kill of the day for Kristaps Vivars as Alex Smagula now going on serve for the Warriors. Taken by Costa, set by Castro. Tap blocked by Alpha Corey, but recovered. Pushed over Patel, pushed back by Vivars, taken by Lee, set by Castro. Reigns, roll shot, perfectly placed over the blockers for the kill.
When Woburn is getting good sets to their hitters, good things happen for them. That's what they need to focus on if they want to climb back in this thing.
Reigns with his second kill, or his third kill actually, of the match so far. Serve from Kirjazi goes right into the net.
That's a killer.
Yeah, you can't be missing a serve right after you get a point and get back on serve.
It's hard. Missed serves are a curse.
Connor Christopher checks back in for Brookline, replacing Bacon as Vivars goes on serve. His serve untouched for an ace.
What an ace there by Vivars. Had the back row confused on where it was going to land. Great point there for Brookline.
That top spin of his just throws people off. That one just long.
If Vivars gets consistent and can get 5 or 6 of those serves in, it's going to be great for Brookline when they're in close matches.
Reigns on serve for Woburn. And it's off the fingertips, and Reigns gets the ace.
Just mistimed that there. It's hard when you have to set a serve. No worries, though.
4-4, the score knotted up here in set number 2. Taken by Vivars, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey cross court. Hits the sideline for the kill.
Brookline, one thing about Brookline is they're very good at placing the ball. It doesn't have to hit as hard as they can. As long as they place it in the right spot, that's what matters.
3 kills for Kais Alpha Corey, who's getting some significant playing time at the right side hitter position. Traub serve taken by Reigns, set by Kirjazi. Costa the spike, missed it. I don't think that was even blocked. I think he just missed it.
Hard for them when a set isn't perfect to get a clean ball over.
Traub serve now taken by Patel, set by Kirjazi. Lee, tap blocked, recovered by Radocia, followed up by Kirjazi, pushed it over by Costa, taken by Smagula, set by Traub. Roll shot, Christopher dug out by Patel. No, they touched the net. The blockers, I think, touched the net. I think that's what happened.
That was a great dig by Woburn. Unfortunate that they hit the net.
7-4. The Brookline lead. Traub serve taken by Costa, set Kirjazi. Costa spike dug out by Traub. Off the ceiling, could not be followed up.
Very powerful hit there. Hard to get a clean dig on that, and it hits the ceiling. Good point for Woburn.
3rd kill of the day for Bruno Costa as Radocia goes on serve for the Tanners. Taken by Traub, set Smagula. Raybold out the middle, dug out, sent over on 2 by Lee. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Christopher now flies, and Christopher gets the kill.
Good defense there by Woburn. Brookline gets it back. Great kill by there. Woburn needs to keep it within 2 or 3 points until it gets to 20 to keep within striking distance because Brookline gets momentum fast.
2 kills now for Connor Christopher today. Alpha Corey on serve, and he sends it into the net.
Missed serves really can kill momentum. That's the one thing about missed serves. They can stop a run and shift it right over to the other team.
8-6 the score. Ryan Lee on serve. Taken by Vivars, set by Smagula. Tap over by Raybold. Diving dig by Lee. Bumped over by Costa on 2. Taken by Alpha Corey. Chased down by Smagula. Christopher again down the line, and he gets the kill.
Big hit right there. Looks like it may have touched the Woburn player who were calling for it to be out, but that was a great hit right there.
Third kill of the match so far for Connor Christopher. And he now goes on serve. Taken by Lee, set by Castro, pushed over by Costa, taken by Raybold, spiked on two by Smagula, and they couldn't block it back.
That's the unpredictability of Smagula. You never know when it's going to be a set or a hit. Brookline gets a 4-point lead.
And honestly, that's about as ready as I've ever seen a defense for a spike from Smagula, and they still just couldn't quite block it back. Christopher's serve is taken by Rains, set by Castro, tap over by Horton, taken by Smagula, set by Traub. Illegal double hit on Traub.
Just a little mishap there, nothing to worry about.
Now Costa going on serve as Bacon checks back in for Christopher. Serve taken by Bacon. Whoa! Smagula hustling to try and chase that one down, but no chance as Costa gets the ace.
Just couldn't handle the serve.
Boy. Serve taken by Bacon, followed up by Smagula. Long spike off of Corey.
Alpha Corey with a good momentum stopper there. Every time Woburn looks to build a big momentum, Brookline takes it right back. That's how you win games.
11-8, Raybold. Serve is taken by Lee, off the ceiling, followed up by Costa. Punched over by Lee, dug out by Bacon, set by Smagula. Spike Vivars. He makes it look so easy sometimes.
Vivars is a big piece to Brookline's success on offense. High-powered hitter, very hard for teams to defend.
And so technical as well with where he placed it. Perfect cross-court spike for his 8th kill. Raybold serve taken by Costa, followed up by Castro, and blocked by Galucci.
Beautiful block right there. Knew that the set wasn't good for a hit, and he placed his feet well and jumped and got it.
Oh no, that wasn't a block. That just hit the net. That was my mistake. This serve taken by Rains, set by Castro. Rains punched it over awkwardly, dug out by Vivars. A second spike from Rains gets the deflection for the kill.
Brookline couldn't get a clean hit, went right back over. Woburn got the kill, back to a 4-point game.
4th kill of the day for Matt Rains. On serve now is Horton. And a last-second watch by Traub pays off as the serve goes long.
That's a very good call there. Could have gotten a hit, could have been a Woburn point. Brookline reads it well and gets a point off that.
Smagula now on serve. It's taken by Lee, close to the net. It's blocked at the net by Vivars.
Brookline understood that it was a 50-50 ball. Great point there. Now Woburn calls timeout. They don't want to let this set get out of hand.
And indeed, the timeout is called. 15-9 is the Brookline lead here in set number 2. Unofficial stats I have so far. I have Vivars with 8 kills, 3 aces, and 1 block. Liam Raybold with 3 kills, 1 ace, 1 block. Connor Christopher and Kais Alfakuri with 3 kills each. Alex Smagula with 2 kills and 1 block. For Woburn, Matt Rains with 4 kills and 1 ace. Bruno Costa, 3 kills, 1 ace. Finn Horton, 2 kills. Ryan Lee and Dominic Caffarella and Marcio Castro with 1 kill each. And, you know, Yuli, what I've been so impressed with today is with Amir Tomer still out, they've moved Connor Christopher mostly to that outside hitter position on the left side, and they've had Kais Alfakuri take Christopher's spot on the right side, and both of them have been adapting so well to those new roles.
Dana is great at knowing where the players' strengths are.
Out of the timeout, the serve off the ceiling, but followed up by Castro, punched over by Lee. Sent back on 1 by Bacon, taken by Castro, set by Lee. Rains the spike blocked by Alfakuri.
Alfakuri's very much having a great game today. Really doing well on the offensive and defensive level with the blocks and spikes.
Actually, I'm not sure if that one was blocked either. That one might have just hit the net. That's one I'm going to go back and look at. Serve taken by Costa, set and spiked into the net by Lee. And we've had a few spikes from Woburn, just not going over.
Yeah, need a little more power off it. Woburn doesn't get what's going for them, and they call a timeout again. They really need to figure this thing out fast.
Yeah, boy, it's rough when you see a team call timeout, come back out, miss 2 hits, and then call timeout immediately again. That's just brutal.
Woburn has the right mechanics. They just need to execute better. If they can start executing, they'll get right back in it.
Yeah, and, this is kind of the thing where, I know Brookline is in such a buzzsaw of a conference in the Bay State, but getting to face such high competition, it challenges you in a way that being in a weaker conference in a sport doesn't necessarily challenge you. Like you can see, Woburn's a good team, and they have the potential to be better. But when you're 17-3 and you're still 25th in the power rankings, that tells me you're not being challenged throughout the season. And that can cause, it can cause it to be tough for Woburn to build up their abilities.
Strength of schedule is big. Brookline scheduled hard with Lincoln, Sudbury, Cambridge, and Milford.
Serve from Smagula into the net. And so Woburn gets a free point there out of the timeout. Definitely more of what they want coming out of a timeout. Now Castro going on serve. Serve taken by Bacon, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey dug out, followed up by Rains off the ceiling, bumped over by Patel, chased down by Bacon, followed up awkwardly by Smagula, and the miscommunication.
Little miscommunication there. Hard when it's in the back row and the setter wants it, and so does the libero.
Castro back on serve. His team trails by 6. Taken awkwardly by Bacon, chased down by Vivars. They got to push it over, and Bacon does. Taken by Costa, set by Lee. Spike Rains, deflected, taken by Bacon, followed up off the ceiling by Traub, bumped over by Alpha Corey. Taken now by Costa, set by Lee. Rains, spike blocked by Vivars, recovered by Radocia, followed up by Castro, bumped over by Lee. Taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Vivars down the line to end it.
Vivars. It was a point, anyone's point. Vivars shows who the team to beat is.
Certainly who the best hitter on the floor is. His 9th kill so far as he ends a thrilling rally by putting Brookline up 7. Vivars now on serve to follow up his kill. And this serve, fastball right through the middle with the top spin for his 4th ace of the day.
The aces are key here. Very big points for Vivars. His serve looks really good right now.
19-11. And another ace. They don't know what they're looking at. He just dropped it right in the middle of 3 guys that were all caught staring at it.
Not only was it a powerful hit, the placement is very key. He recognizes where Woburn isn't, and he hits it right there.
That wasn't even where Woburn was. That was just right in the middle of 3 guys who were there. Just caught them all looking like a bunch of confused outfielders. That one into the net. But Brookline now up 8 as Vivars has 5 aces, and the Warriors have reached the 20-point threshold again.
It's very close to getting too much to handle for Woburn right now. They really need to kick in and get a couple points here.
Rains the serve, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey spike, another kill for Kais. Alpha Corey, unless they called that someone touched the net.
I believe it was a net call.
Oh, that's
number 6.
Oh, that's a bummer, because that would have been another kill for Kais Alpha Corey. He's had a few potential points robbed of him by Woburn errors so far today. But either way, all that matters is the team score. And right now that score is 21-12 in favor of Brookline. Traub serve taken by Patel, followed up by Kirjazi, bumped over by Patel. taken by Vivar, set by Smigula. Raybold out of the middle, sends it to the back corner for another kill.
Hit it right in the corner. Great placement right there.
Might have got a deflection on that one as he gets his 4th kill. Now tap over blocked by Raybold, but recovered and pushed over by Kirjazi, taken by Traub, set by Smigula. Tap over Christopher, could not be blocked, and Christopher gets the tap kill.
Brookline is blocking most of Woburn's attacks. Woburn needs to execute higher quality attacks to really test the Brookline defense right now.
4th kill of the day for Connor Christopher. This serve taken by Costa, set by Kirjazi. Tap over Costa, taken by Smigula, chased down by Traub. Alpha Corey sends it cross court, but that time misses.
Miss hit there by Alpha Corey. It's hard as a right side when you want to really get that placement like that.
Yeah, just overcorrected a little too much to get away from the blockers. And it's tough to judge when you've got a set coming from the back row there.
Oh, back row sets are very hard to hit well.
Radocia on serve for the Tanners, taken by Vivar, set by Smigula. Spike Raybold deflected and taken by Kirjazi, followed up by Radocia. An illegal double hit on Radocia gives Brookline set point here, 24-13.
Brookline's getting a lot of points off Woburn errors.
Serving for the set will be a sub as number 7 Zachary Boyer comes in for the first time today. The senior will be serving for the set. A little bit of substitution confusion there as Traub comes back in. Boyer's serve is taken by Rains, set by Kirjazi, pushed over by Rains, taken by Boyer, set by Smigula. Christopher finishes it.
What a way to end the set. Massive kill there by Christopher. Great serve as well.
Connor Christopher collects his 5th kill as Brookline takes the second set 25-13.
The Bay State is really going to make its presence known. They went undefeated last year in the playoffs with only teams losing to each other.
Brookline now up 2-0, 1 set away from sweeping their way to the round of 16. And a reminder, once again, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Coolidge Corner Clubhouse. Enjoy superior food and a superior sports viewing experience with 26 TVs at Brookline's Superior Sports Pub, located at 307 Harvard Street. Also check out their menu online at CoolidgeCornerClubhouse.com. You can see all that information in the description section down below. And thank you once again to the Coolidge Corner Clubhouse for sponsoring this broadcast. And remember, if you or anyone you know knows of any other local businesses that might be interested in sponsoring some of these live streams, tell them to reach out to me. You know, I'm interested in getting some extra revenue so I can really solidify this as a proper living here in this Brookline area. But also during this break between the second and third sets, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about Brookline Cares. Brookline Cares is a volunteer organization run by Brookline High School students, which seeks to raise awareness and funds to help people experiencing homelessness. Brookline Cares works closely with an organization called the Empowerment Plan. The Empowerment Plan hires and trains those struggling with homelessness to manufacture their special type of coat, known as the Empower Coat, which can double as a sleeping bag. The coats help to keep those struggling with homelessness warm during the colder months, while the jobs manufacturing those coats can help break the cycle of homelessness through gainful employment. Over the past 3 years, Brookline Cares has purchased and distributed over 200 Empower coats and 1,000 pairs of Bombas socks to local community organizations and emergency departments that care for the homeless, and you can help them bring more warmth to those in need. Down in the description section of the video, you can find a link on the website classy.org where you can donate money to the Brookline Cares team, supporting their efforts to purchase more Empower coats. You can also find another link to Brookline Cares' own website on wixsite.com, where you can find out more information about the group and how you can contact them. Once again, check out those links in the description section down below and help spread the warmth with Brookline Cares. And we got a couple notes in the live chat. First, we got a Woburn fan from Michael Mulrennan. Let's go Woburn, good luck Tanners. Like I always say, I'm happy to see fans of both teams tuning in. Don't care who you're rooting for. I appreciate the good vibes brought in the live chat. And then a stat keeping bit of assistance here from Nicholas Moan. Net violation by the opposing block on an attack counts as a kill in the sets. That's good for me to know. Thank you for educating me on that, Nicholas. So I'll give another kill to Kais Alfakuri on that one. A slight correction. He's got 4 kills in my book now today. Teams coming out for the third and what could be the possible final set of the match. Brookline up 2-0 in this best of 5 match. First to 3 sets wins. So if Brookline wins this set here, they take the match and move on to the round of 16 to face number 9 Lowell in the next round. If Woburn wins this set, we'll go on to a 4th set.
Woburn really needs to get up 3 or 4 points early on here, because when Brookline gets up 4 or 5 points, it's hard to come back against a high-level team like that.
Yeah, no, the early parts of these sets have really been kind of a feeling out period for Brookline, and then they seem to take control in the middle stage of the set and just coast to victory in the late stages. We'll see what this third set brings us. Alex Smagula, the first serve. It's taken by Rain, set by Lee, and it missed by Horton, and Costa couldn't bump it over.
Setters are very important. They have to get good sets for the hitter. Very crucial part of the game that's underrated.
Smagula back on serve. Serve taken by Dillon, set by Lee. Costa the spike through the blockers as Woburn gets on the board.
Clean hit right there. Hard for Brookline to block that. Great point there by Woburn.
4th kill now for Bruno Costa as he goes on serve. Taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Spike Alfakuri sails wide, and no deflection that time.
Just couldn't place it right. Just a bit outside.
Costa back on serve. And this one into the net.
That's an example there of a must-needed point there by Woburn.
2 points all as Christopher checks back in, replacing Bacon. Vaivars on serve for the Warriors. And this serve sent over on 1 by Dillon, taken by Smagula, set by Traub. Alfakuri spike deflected, taken by Castro, set by Lee. Quick spike, Horton dug out by Smagula, followed by Christopher, punched over Alfakuri, taken by Castro, set by Lee. Spike Rains, could not be blocked, and Rains gets the kill.
Woburn's hitting it right in between the 2 hands, and it's not getting clean blocked, and it's really giving them momentum here.
3-2, the early Woburn here in the third set. Horton serve taken by Traub, set by Smagula, sack Spencer, blocked, recovered by Alfakuri, set somehow by Smagula and bumped over but missed wide.
Woburn looks to be a little more comfortable here. Brookline really needs to find a way to stop the momentum early.
Horton serve, taken by Traub, set by Smagula. Christopher taps it, taken by Costa, set by Lee. Rains roll shot, taken by Smagula, set by Traub. Pushed over Alfakuri, blocked, recovered by Zach Spencer. Followed up by Christopher, off the ceiling, bumped over by Traub. Taken by Castro, sent over on 2 by Lee, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Vaivars the spike, recovered, and they couldn't send it. Yes, they could. Recovered by Traub, set by Smagula. Spike Vaivars through the blockers.
Big point there. Great back and forth right there.
A miraculous recovery by the Tanners to stay in that point, but Alfakuri with his 5th kill to finish the rally there. And serve into the net from Traub, a rare serving mistake from the libero.
Shaky start to the set here by Brookline.
Ryan Lee now on serve for the Tanners. Taken by Vaivars, followed up awkwardly by Raybold, pushed over by Christopher. taken by Costa, set by Lee. Spike Castro blocked, recovered by Castro, set by Lee. Rains taps it, taken by Smagula, set by Traub. Alpha Curry roll shot, taken by Patel, bumped up by Lee, close to the net, sent back down by Alpha Curry, but he touched the net.
Brookline seems to have taken the gas off the pedal a bit, which is what you do when you're up 2-0. They really need to get it back on because it's the playoffs.
Lee's serve taken by Vivar, set by Smagula, tap by Raybold, dug out by Castro, followed up by Lee, and pushed over.
Illegal push right there.
Double hit. Boy, I'll tell you, if this was basketball, he would have given an over-the-back call. That was just some awkward traffic there. 6-4 as Alpha Curry goes on serve for Brookline.
Illegal rotation there by Woburn. Ref calls it. That's a very bad momentum stopper for Woburn.
Man, I tell you, I hate whenever I see that call. That's my least favorite infraction to be called.
It's a very
in volleyball, because it's always just like the point doesn't even get a chance to get going. And I'm always so busy following the ball, I never see what happened. Serve Alpha Curry into the net.
The Woburn fan base has woken up a bit with the lead in this set.
Number 7, Zachary Boyer checks in for Brookline, replacing Alpha Curry. Matt Rains on serve for Woburn. Serve taken by Vivars, followed up off the ceiling by Smagula. Spike Christopher blocked, recovered by Traub, set by Vivars. Another spike, and this time Christopher couldn't get it over.
Brookline's not playing clean right now, and Woburn's taking full advantage of it. They now have a 3-point lead early on in this set.
8-5, the Woburn lead. Rains the serve, taken by Vivar. Sent over on 2 by Smagula, but recovered by Costa. Set by Lee. Tapped down by Castro. Boy.
Woburn.
Their defensive reading has been
doing
so
well.
good. I mean, it's not many that can read the over the back of the head tap by Smagula.
Oh, not at all.
Serve taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Spike by Vivars. Could not get over. Another hitting mistake by Brookline, and it's a 10-5 lead for the Tanners here in the third set.
Woburn's playing much improved, and it's showing up right now.
This serve taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Christopher the spike through the blockers this time for the kill.
Thunderous hit right there. Very hard for Woburn to get a clean defense on that.
6th kill for Connor Christopher, and Brookline needed that one badly, as they now trail by 4. Christopher on serve, taken by Patel, set by Lee. Spike blocked by Raybold.
Beautiful block right there. Read the play well, executed. Good point for Brookline as they want to get back into the set.
Second block of the day for Liam Raybold. Christopher's serve is taken by Rains, set up by Patel, pushed over by Castro, taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Raybold out of the middle, could not be dug out.
Brookline seems to be playing their old self. They're getting back into it. 3 straight points for Brookline. Woburn needs a point here to kill the momentum.
And 2 straight points from Liam Raybold as he gets his 6th kill. Serve Christopher, taken by Patel, set by Lee, pushed over by Costa, taken by Boyer, bumped up by Smagula. Vivars was blocked. Blocked by, I couldn't tell if it was Castro or if it was number 18, Trey Scuman, so I'll give them each half a block.
Good block there by Woburn. They really needed that point to keep it within striking distance to get to 25.
11-8, the Woburn lead. Aiden Dillon on serve, taken by Vivar, set by Smagula. Raybold, another kill.
Beautiful play there.
Liam Raybold now with 7 kills on the day, as Brookline now trails by 2. Raybold on serve, and he sends it into the net.
Brookline is giving Woburn all the momentum right now. It's Woburn's shot to see if they can take it and force a fourth set.
Now Castro on serve for the Tanners. And it's off the fingertips of Bacon, followed up by Traub, and barely bumped over by Vivars, and tapped over on two by Lee. Off the deflection taken by Traub, roll shot by Vivars, taken by Castro, set by Lee, blocked back by Zach Spencer.
Just mishit that set. Would have been a good hit for Woburn. Brookline point.
Boy, everybody was off rhythm on that one, as even Brookline had trouble putting together a sequence off the ceiling. And that just threw everybody off their rhythm. Smagula's serve is going to be an ace, as Rains couldn't handle the lefty spin.
Brookline's 1 point away from tying it. Woburn really needs to get this point.
First ace of the day for Smagula. This serve is another ace, and Smagula ties it up with back-to-back aces as a timeout is called by Woburn.
Great timeout there by Woburn. They do not want to let Brookline build a lead here. The service errors have been hard for Woburn to overcome, but they've definitely played much better in this set.
12 all here in set number 3.
Nice to see the fans here having a good time. That's important.
Absolutely.
In the playoffs. It's important that everyone has a good time no matter the outcome.
Exactly. Unofficial stats I have so far for Brookline. I have Kristaps Vivars with 9 kills, 5 aces, and 1 block. I have Liam Raybold with 7 kills, 1 ace, and 2 blocks. Connor Christopher with 6 kills. Kais Alfakuri with 4 kills. Alex Smagula with 2 kills, 2 aces, and 1 block. And Zach Spencer with 1 block. And fans bringing some noise here. Out of the timeout, Smagula's serve. Received by Rains, set by Lee, and whiffed on the third hit.
Little miscommunication there. Always tough when you're setting to the middle like that.
So no ace that time, but Brookline still gets the point. This time serve taken by Dillon, set by Lee, pushed over by Costa. Down the line, he gets the push kill.
Beautiful, beautiful placement by Costas right there. Right in the spot where Brookline could not get to.
5th kill
seem
for...
to have an injury here.
Oh no, what is that Eli Traub who's looking hurt?
Eli Traub's a little shaken up on the play. Went for the dive, probably hit his leg.
Yeah, a couple of guys were diving at it after that one. That might have been a collision. I didn't quite see. Trainer.
It'll take him a
ready.
minute or two just to shake it off. Brookline will probably make a sub here.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to shake it off, but they're trying to decide if they're going to sub him out. That's a tough loss. Eli Traub, the senior captain and starting libero, as we're going to have a timeout called.
Good timeout there by Brookline.
$13 all here in set number 3. I mentioned Brookline's stats. For Woburn's stats, I have both Matt Rains and Bruno Costa with 5 kills and 1 ace each. I have Marcio Castro with 2 kills and half a block. I have Finn Horton with 2 kills. I have Ryan Lee and Dominic Caffarello with 1 kill each, and Trey Scuman with half a block. The Woburn fans bring some noise and stomp in the bleachers. Stomping the bleachers, my camera is on, so a little bit of shaking, but not too much, as this camera is pretty shake resistant. Serve from Costa, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Vaivars the spike, could not be blocked, but followed up by Lee, pushed over by Dylan, tapped back down by Zach Spencer.
Woburn did a good job doing some defense there. Ultimately, Brookline got that point.
First kill for Zach Spencer. And one thing that's nice to see is Eli Traub did not leave after getting a little shaken up. He is still out there as Vaivars goes on serve, his team up 1, and he gets another ace.
Monster serve right there, right in the corner. Very hard to defend that serve. And it's good to see Traub back in the game. It's the playoffs. Everyone's toughing it out.
6 aces now for Vaivars. And this one is another ace for Kristaps Vaivars.
Great serves here. Brookline can push it to at least 20. It's looking good.
Vaivars with 7 aces now. And that service taken by Dylan, but couldn't be followed up off the ceiling. Make it 3 in a row and 8 aces on the day for Kristaps Vaivars.
Woburn calls timeout to talk things over on how to receive the serve. They're doing very well. They got that one up, but it's very hard to stop a monster serve like that.
Boy, and that's the first time he's gotten 3 straight in, as usually it'll be like 2 aces and then a service error. And it's so interesting to see because Vaivars has really had 2 different serves this season. He's had that one, which is his power serve, which I've noticed he often brings against lower-ranked opponents, but when he's going up against top-ranked teams like Needham and Newton North and stuff like that, he tends to bring his softer serve against them, more of a floater serve, and I think the reason for that is when you're facing a strong opponent, not only are they able to get those serves back consistently, which kind of negates the the worth of the risk, but they can even take that power and use it against you to, potentially.
Absolutely.
17-13. Vaivars back on serve. This one could not be dug out. Kristaps Vaivars has the same number of kills and aces as he gets his 4th straight ace and his 9th on the day.
Ooh,
Just long.
Very close right there. Almost skimmed the line.
Boy, if he had made it 5 in a row and 10 total, I would have lost it. Horton the serve, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Alpha Curry spike blocked, recovered by Spencer, set by Smagula. Christopher through the blockers but recovered, set by Castro. Punched over by Rains, taken by Vaivars, set by Smagula. Vaivars spike could not get over.
Not get it over. Woburn point right there.
Woburn not backing down despite surrendering 4 straight service aces. They are fighting to get back in this 3rd set. They trail by 3 as Caffarella, the big guy, is going to check back in, replacing Scuman. Horton serve misses.
That's a killer there for Woburn. They really need to dig in here, get a couple points. Otherwise, the set is very close to getting away from them. 19-15.
Brookline 1 point away from reaching that 20-point threshold. Traub serve taken by Costa, set by Lee. Roll shot Rains, taken by Christopher, set by Smagula. Oh, but it was blocked. Oh, but they reached over.
You cannot reach over like that, especially when the setter is about to set the ball.
Caffarella trying to be aggressive on defense and just a little too aggressive, and Brookline does reach 20. Serve taken by Costa, set by Lee. Spike Rains, sails long, but they got the deflection.
They caught a touch. It might have been a light touch, but it was definitely a touch.
6th kill for Matt Rains. And it's 20-16. The scoreboard here at the gym showing 21-15, which is incorrect.
I think the refs are on it right now. A lot of people got confused with that call.
Yeah. So 20-16. Now now it reads the same as the one that we have. Ryan Lee on serve for Woburn. Taken by Christopher. Set by Smigula. Christopher the spike. How about Connor Christopher today? His first day back from an illness, and he's been a key attacker for Brookline.
Absolutely beautiful spike, no doubt about it. Brookline is 4 points away from facing Lowell.
7 kills today so far for Christopher. Alpha Curry the serve, taken by Costa, set by Lee. And miscommunication on the third hit, and Brookline gets a free one there.
Always important to know who's going to take that third hit. Can really hurt you.
22-16. Brookline 3 points away from the round of 16. Alpha Curry's serve, taken by Patel, followed up by Lee, pushed over by Rains, taken by Alpha Curry, set by Smigula. Long spike from Vivars,
just in
drops
there.
in.
Beautiful by Vivars. Brookline inching closer to moving on to the next round.
That top spin from Vivars, it's not just for his serves, as he collects his 10th kill. Alpha Curry, serve taken by Rains, followed up by Castro, bumped over by Patel, but missed completely. And now Brookline at match point.
Match point for Brookline.
24-16, Brookline serving to move on to the round of 16. Alpha Curry the serve, taken by Rains, set by Lee. Costa taps it over, taken by Alpha Curry, set by Smigula. Raybold finishes!
Beautiful, beautiful set and beautiful kill right there. Brookline wins. They're facing Lowell. Date and time to be determined. Great win there.
The final score here in the MIAA Division I Boys Volleyball State Round of 32. The Brookline Warriors 3 sets. The Woburn Tanners none. Final set scores 25-16, 25-13, 25-16. Final unofficial stats on the day. For Woburn, Matt Rains, 6 kills, 1 ace. Bruno Costa, 5 kills, 1 ace. Marcio Castro, 2 kills, half a block. Finn Horton, 2 kills. Ryan Lee and Dominic Caffarella, 1 kill each. And Trey Scuman, half a block. For Brookline, Kristaps Vivars, 10 kills, 9 aces, and 1 block. Liam Raybold, 8 kills, 1 ace, 2 blocks. Connor Christopher, 7 kills. Kais Alfakuri, 4 kills. Alex Smigula, 2 kills, 2 aces, 1 block. Zach Spencer, 1 kill and 1 block. As we wrap this up, I want to once again thank the Coolidge Corner Clubhouse for sponsoring today's live stream. Coolidge Corner Clubhouse enjoys superior food and a superior sports viewing experience with 26 TVs at Brookline's Superior Sports Pub, located at 307 Harvard Street. And check out their menu online at CoolidgeCornerClubhouse.com. And you can find all that information in the description section down below. But before we go, just a shout out to Woburn. You know, they come in as the 25th seed. You know, they fought as hard as they could, really showed an extra level of fight in that third set. And of course, happy trails to the graduating Woburn senior class of 2024, Matt Rains, Brian Radocchia, Bruno Costa, Finn Horton, Dominic Caffarella. The Woburn seniors, congratulations on a good playoff-worthy season and giving a good fight against one of the top 10 teams in the state in Brookline. And of course, congratulations to Brookline as they will move on to the round of 16. They'll be hosting number 9 Lowell back here in Brookline. You know, date of the game to be determined, but you know, hopefully everything will line up and I'll be able to cover that one as well. But Yuli, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast
Absolutely.
today.
I'm very happy for this team. I think it's going to be a great tournament for them. I'm looking forward to the next game.
Absolutely. And, of course, we want to thank all of you for tuning in today. Thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. As we wrap up this live stream, once again, if you ended up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We are in full playoff swing here in Brookline, and I'll be covering another playoff game on the baseball diamond out at Parsons Field tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. Thanks again to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. And be sure to go down below to the description section of this video where you can find a whole bunch of helpful links. A link for our sponsor, our local sponsor, Coolidge Corner Clubhouse. You can find their website there. A link and some instructions for where you can donate to the Brookline High Boys Volleyball Booster Club if you'd like to support this program financially. Some links related to our local charity Spotlight Brookline Cares if you would like to help out their cause, and even some links related to me at the very bottom of the description section. Links that you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. We got my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can also see my email on there if you'd like to just email me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And below that, you can see the link to my Instagram account. Follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams and the links to upcoming live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Final score, Brookline 3, Woburn 0, 25-16, 25-13, 25-16, as the Warriors advance to the round of 16. For Yuli Burstein and all of us here at Schlentz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.